This website is a production-ready $5,000 website built entirely with AI. And you can deliver that same $5,000 result in half the time you usually do. And to prove it to you, I'm going to show you exactly how you can use this one website-first AI tool to build and launch professional websites. But first, what does a $5,000 website actually include? So I went to ChatGPT and I just asked it, what features would you include if you're building a $5,000 website for a client? And honestly, the answer scared me a little for a moment. It talked about a full design system, core pages, lead capture, domain connection, polished responsiveness, and more. A pretty comprehensive list, but we're gonna see all of that throughout this video. So what kind of website are we actually building? For this challenge, I decided to build for an imaginary fintech client, a company like Revolut, a modern digital banking solution. The two main goals: elevate the brand and get visitors to take action. For the design direction, I found this: dark mode, clean, futuristic, exactly the kind of site that just looks expensive. So I took a screenshot, sent it straight to Claude and asked it, explain this website design like you are a designer, include fonts and hex codes. I took the answer and got back to ChatGPT, combined it with the features list from before, and just like that, I had a full prompt. Now that we have our prompt ready, let's jump in and start building. The tool we're going to use for this whole build is called Sticklight. I will paste in the prompt and hit create. Now let's see the first draft Sticklight builds for us. Sometimes you might get this issue detected message. You can just click fix. Sometimes it works like magic. And if at any point the build isn't going the way you want, click the three dots on the last prompt you sent and hit undo this change to go back to the previous version. In my case, since this is the first prompt I'm sending, it should be fixed with no issues. So this is the first draft and I'm honestly surprised how good it is. It looks great. And remember, this is from one single prompt. It even created these floating credit cards in the hero section with the company name on them. That's so cool. All right, let's scroll down. It built out all these sections. It even created this interactive feature where you can play with the monthly saving amount and it calculates the projected value, which is really, really impressive. A pricing section with 3 packages that looks completely professional, testimonials. And keep in mind, I didn't give it much content. It made everything up. So imagine having an actual client with real content. The result would be even better. And it also created a nice footer here. All right, let me check if the pages it created are actually working because I did ask for pages. I will click on security and yes, it created a full security page, even with FAQs. Let me check pricing. Yes, a dedicated pricing page, even with a compare plans section. And the personal page too. All of this from one single prompt. That's crazy. Now I can ask it to change anything I want right here in the chat, or I can switch to edit mode and click directly on any element to make changes manually. I can edit everything, add new fields, and adjust specific details. So you really have full control over the final result here. All right, let's exit edit mode. If I want to plan my next steps and chat with the AI without making any changes, I can click on plan and just send messages to give context without triggering actual edits. I can also attach files from my computer, like a reference image, a screenshot from another website, or an image I want to include inside a section in the website. Now, let me show you something special. This feature is called Tools, and you don't usually see anything like this in other AI builders. It's unique to Sticklight. It lets me add different widgets to my website by simply just clicking on one of them. So if I want, for example, to add a pricing table, you can just click on it. You can also add some cool different packages for functionality purposes, like JavaScript animation, for example. I can simply add it by clicking install right here. I can also add SEO meta tags if I want to optimize my website for SEO. Like you see, there are many options around here. You can also add a cookie consent, banner, share buttons, video players, and more. There are so many advanced options here, especially for professional web creators. I can also add different integrations, and here you can find some very advanced options that you can add to your website. All you have to do is click on Connect. For example, this Google Maps integration, you can embed interactive Google Maps in your website. You can also add a Calendly embed so people can schedule appointments directly on your site. And you can also protect your website from spam with invisible reCAPTCHA. I've honestly never seen a menu like this in any other AI builder, and you can really see how much it's built specifically for web creators that actually build for clients. All right, before I move forward with the build, I want to check something. Can I leave a contact message like a lead, and will it actually get saved somewhere in the website's database? Are there even database tables collecting leads and contact messages from this website? I will click on data right here. If I click on Ask AI to set data, it will automatically drop this text into the chat. Let's just send it. And then I should have my tables in my database. While it loads, let me go back to preview and check if this website is responsive on mobile. Because this is a $5,000 website, it has to look good on mobile too. All right, in preview mode, I can click on this icon up here to switch to tablet view, and one more click for mobile view. And here's my website on mobile. Let me open the menu. Okay, I can already spot something I want to fix. I cannot scroll down in the menu. It looks pretty nice though, I have to say, but you can always ask Sticklight to optimize the mobile view and make specific changes. Let me check the contact page. All right, looks good. All right, it looks like the AI finished creating the tables. I can see the details of what it built, but let's click on data up here to verify. It's probably there, but since I don't have any inquiries yet, it might not be showing the table. I will go back to preview, and I think I actually need to publish the website first, then fill out the form on my browser and not here in the preview. And then the data will show up in the tables. Okay. Now let's publish the website. I will go up here and click on Publish. I can see my domain right here. This is a Sticklight domain, and you can click on Edit to change the beginning of the domain to whatever you want. You will need to publish your website first before you can connect a custom domain, so I will show you how to do that in a moment. Let me just publish it first. And here is the website published on my browser. Let's click on Contact, and I will quickly fill out all the fields to leave a message, and then we will see if the data table actually captured this information. All right, now let's go back to Sticklight and check the data tab. I will click on it. Yes, I can see 4 different tables in my database. Let me check contact messages to see if my inquiry is there. And yes, I can see it right here. So as you can see, you can collect information from your website directly into this database table that Sticklight created. Leads, inquiries, contact messages, everything. Okay, now let's connect the website to a domain. I will go to Publish again, click on Connect Domain, and enter the domain name right here. I will paste this one in and click Next. Now it's verifying. It wants to use entry to configure my domain. I will hit Continue, and it will analyze everything. Then I would need to log into my Namecheap account, but I will stop right here because you got the point. You just need to log into wherever your domain is registered, and you can publish your website with your own custom domain using Sticklight. So, can AI build a $5,000 production-ready website? Yes, and it surprised me how strong that first draft was. It's not perfect straight out of the box. You will need to go in and refine things, but it speeds up the process massively. And it fills in gaps of what you couldn't build on your own. And this is what I think is important to say. Sticklight isn't here to replace web creators, it's here to give them new powers to build faster, deliver better, and take on more. If you want to try it, the link and the code are both in the description below, 30% off your first purchase, so you're more than welcome to grab it and give Sticklight a try. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.